We saved some of the spiciest takes for last. It's time for Nick's medals. Not making the cut, Goran Dragic. You know, it was a good shot, but not enough to win. Needed to be worth 11.
He didn't make the cut. Luka didn't make the cut despite a great game, blew a 22-point lead. Wanted to put DeJounte Murray on there, 20-10, 5 steals, 0 turnovers. His debut with the Hawks, he doesn't get it. We try not to put guys who lose on the medal stand.
I forgot about that.
But we're making an exception.
Yeah, Luka shouldn't.
For Paolo. Paolo Banchero, first game as a pro, and he puts up a LeBron stat line. First guy in his debut to go 25, 5, and 5 since the greatest player of all time. Paolo for the formerly frisky Magic against the already frisky Detroit Pistons. That's a dangerous play, Corey Joseph. He gets a bronze. Silver medal, DeMar DeRozan. I know it's early, guys, but you've got to put DeMar DeRozan in the early MVP. I'm kidding. 37, 6 and 9 for DeMar DeRozan, and a win over the Heat as the Bulls pick up not at all where they left off last year. They left off last year falling apart. Yeah. And a gold medal. Brew, like a proud papa, your guy, Ja Morant, 34, 4 and 9. And an overtime win over the Knicks. That was a goaltend, but who cares? It's Ja. He also had what would have been a marvelous game-winning layup, but he got called for a charge. So there's your medal stand from the second night in the NBA. Paolo of Wild's formerly frisky Magic, DeMar DeRozan, and Bruce guy, who's always been
Ja's my guy.
Nope.
Ja, I want you back.
How is he your guy?
I'm on your corner. I will do anything for you, Ja.
Stay
I'll
over
give
there.
you this, Wilds. I did think of you last night when he made one of his great highlights.
Yeah,
I thought of your most electrifying guy, and I was like, I can't believe Wilds
I'm
gave
going to
this
earn
guy
your trust back, my friend.
Yeah.
Lakers Clippers tonight. Now we're talking about the Lakers. Russ,
That's your
assume
guy.
is starting.
You can have him.
Russ, I love Russ.
He'll start. That's your guy, Russ.
Yeah. Brew, expectations for Russ tonight are blank.
He plays with energy. He'll
here we go.
shoot
You sound like
poorly.
Reggie Miller.
He'll shoot poorly. He'll play with energy, and they'll lose.
Why can't they bring him off the bench?
Bad for the
Well,
hamstring.
he can't. His body can't handle it.
Okay.
He pulled his hamstring last time he tried.
Can
to
I
come
ask
off the
a
bench.
question?
Okay.
3 minutes left. I'm going to lob a very reckless accusation.
Oh, this is great for the show.
Does it strike anyone else as coincidental that Russ didn't want to come off the bench, came off the bench, then the hammy got tight, then he started, the hammy was fine, and Russ, who is not exactly known for, loving the media, was asked that exact question, and he perked up and was like, glad you asked. As it happens, I'm not ready for Did it set off anyone else's alarm bells that Russ was maybe sending a message to the Lakers like, okay, you can have me come off the bench, but I don't know if my body is built for that?
Well, I will say this. James Harden's hamstring ruined him for a year and a half.
Yep.
And Russ's was like
Right.
magic,
It
right?
was- yeah.
But here's the one thing I'll say. The way Russ fits with that team, which is not at all, if he were to pull something like that, where look, if you just put me on the bench, then I'll be injured. I'm not sure the Lakers would frown on that. It would be like, oh, you want a fake injury? Okay, now we don't even have to worry about fitting you in.
I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying I found the whole thing curious. I also found it curious, Wilds, that they're not having him come off the bench. We know him starting doesn't work.
Yes.
Him coming off the bench might. Like Russ, you're going to get 5 minutes. You're going to play more than 5 minutes a half, but you're going to have 5 minutes a half where you are running the show, where you can be Washington Wizard Russ. Like, why are they not doing
A little bit of like latter stage Houston Rockets Russ.
Yes.
Like, go ahead, cook.
He started then, though.
But he ran the show.
Yeah,
he did his thing. Do you think it's an embarrassment factor where he's like, I'm not a bench player,
absolutely.
versus like, hey man, win Sixth Man of the Year? I know it's a drop, but
I've said all along he's not built that way. Same with Allen Iverson. I mean, they wouldn't do it. And I'm not mad at him. That's what's made him great. But his ego won't let him do it. And Nick, if I'm the Lakers and I do want to bring him off the bench, I think they're doing the right thing by starting him now. And if it doesn't work 8, 9, 10 games
get
from now,
late
then
early.
you can bring him off.
We talked about
bench.
the Lakers'
But
opening
you'll lose him
2-week
if you bring him
schedule
off the bench
and how
now.
deep the West is and how much you want to avoid the play-in because it's a crapshoot there. Like, the idea that the Lakers can just use the first 10 games is experimental. If they start off 2-7, they're halfway sunk before the year even
But
gets
you
started.
could start just starting him, and if you take him out in the first 5 minutes, doesn't mean you can't win the game.
He doesn't like, who would like that? Out in the first 4
It's
minutes.
better than coming off the bench.